Welcome to episode 5. In this video, we're going to go to the Forge Lands.
At the foot of the grand statue was an anvil, itself not a beautiful thing, but the base upon which beautiful things are born. And here were Hephaestus' tongs, which he plunged deep into scorching fires and frigid waters.
Plunged!
Only in those extremes could his creations be perfected. What?
You know, that's all. All the play's getting. Because you know all of him. In the looks department. Because he's...
Are you finished?
Yes. Yep.
Finally, after much climbing, Fenyx reached Hephaestus' hammer.
Sorry. I'll stop.
Ah, the Forge Lands. The many workshops. The soaring peaks.
Are we on a guided tour here or something?
The ancient creations, wasted by Typhon's endless appetite for destruction. Oh. Someone down there was alive, working, and seemingly happy.
Definitely not Hephaestus, then. That whining, sniveling coward never smiled a day in his life.
Have you listened to a word of this story? Things have changed.
Simply won't do. This face needs a little sunshine. Okay, and maybe I'll put just a happy little smile there. Good.
What are you doing?
Huh, nothing. Nothing. Well, something. One thing.
I'm Fenyx. What are you?
Dialogue. With me. Okay. We plan for this, don't we? Who or what are any of us? We are what we do. I am arting, so I'm some kind of artist. Clearly, you are appreciating that art, so are an appreciator.
I'm a warrior. Or the sibling of a warrior. I'm warrior adjacent. Anyway, I'm here to stop Typhon.
That checks out. You didn't look like much of an appreciator, no offense. But maybe this will change your mind.
A little box?
What? No, that is so my last phase. I signed it, though. You can keep it. No need to thank me.
I can't read this. You're a sculptor. I scaled your statue. You're Hephaestus, right? I'm so excited to meet you in person.
So, not that one. Fine. That's fine. Totally fine. But I have others.
No?
Confusion? Or rapture? Are you rapt?
This is just my face. How can you art at a time like this? Don't you know what's happening?
I think it's safe to say I do not.
Typhon? Everyone turned to stone? Gods all lost their essences. Evil monsters everywhere. End of the world. You really have no memory whatsoever?
Who needs the past when you can shape the future?
It'd be easier to shape the future with hands. Typhon stole them, I assume. Ripped them from your limbs? Tortured you endlessly? Something?
You really need to sit down with this Typhon guy. Talk it out. And no, my hands had enough of making art and scurried off together. I'd love to say good riddance to them, both of them, but an artist without hands is like an appreciator with a Typhon obsession. Useless.
They can't have gone far. And who knows? Maybe if I get them back, they'll jog your memory. Save the applause for when I come back.
I could sculpt a tree with happy little tree friends. Do trees have friends?
This place looks like a battle. Or a graveyard.
I will make you perfect. You will suffer, but it will be worth it.
There, near the gates and above the wreckage left in Typhon's wake, Fenyx spied what looked like a working automaton hand.
Yoink!
You know what they say? You can't spell paint without pain.
Forgetful automaton thing!
Artist words.
That's what I said. Look, I found your hands.
Industrious, Typhon-obsessed appreciator. You are full of surprises.
Hold still while I just... What was that?
No idea.
Still no memory, huh?
No. Well, maybe one. I worked there.
Pearl in rough seas. Forge fires lit. A wise child convinced. A feather's weight of wit. Forge fires lit? Forge fires lit! Your forge is part of the prophecy. It must be the answer. You have to remember. The forge! The glowy blessing thingy that just came out of your hands. You are a god.
Flattery. I think you're great too.
No, an actual god. Back home, I told dozens of different stories about you. Myths, legends, gods, monsters, all of it. You're Hephaestus, the god of the forge. Remember?
I always thought I was a cherry. Paul, maybe.
This isn't working. We have to jog your memory to find your essence. I need you to think. How do we start the forge?
Ventilation shafts channel air to 4 coal-burning furnaces. A network of canals must feed frigid waters through water wheels to the summit. Central combustion is controlled through 2 mechanisms in the forge core.
How do you know that?
Know what?
Forget it. Unblock vents, start fires, spin water wheels. Then something about mechanisms. Stay here and make sure those hands don't go anywhere.
Instead of painting on a pot that has fruit in it, what if the painting is a pot with fruit in it?
What's that blocking the forge's ventilation?
Phoenix cleared the first vent, but realized there must be another. The air suddenly came flowing through the gate, like the forge itself was taking a breath.
So that's what that smell was. I honestly thought it was you.
Unblocking the first of the water wheels caused it to lurch back to life. Never before had a mortal laid their eyes upon something so grand, so gargantuan, so spectacularly crafted, so...
Over it! Just get a room already!
Well, I would if I could. Hephaestus' forge is that incredible.
On my next piece, I'm seeing snow, but trapped in a globe. I'd call it inclement weather bubble. Maybe snowsphere. No.
Hephaestus, you're here!
It's like the forge was calling me. I couldn't ignore it.
About that, I cleared the vents, started the fires, and got the water wheels moving. Even unlocked some strange glyphs inside, but nothing happened.
Well, I was talking to my friends, as one does, and they said they're the key to restarting it. They have to touch things.
Now we're talking.
Zeus.
This place is ancient. They say you built this entire forge yourself.
Me? But it's so grim, so dirty, and that lighting.
Wait! We don't know what that does!
My little one. Aren't you industrious? A shame your labors have been wasted on mediocrity. The disfigured god's past is a cesspool. His future, the cleansing fires of the forge. Turn away! Leave him to burn in its flame!
Hephaestus, run!
Your potential is outweighed by your foolishness! A pity I have to balance the scales!
Hephaestus, come out! You're okay.
What is this? Such pain in his markings. Sorrow? Suffering?
Real art. I'd say you were trying to leave us a message.
Me? How next media?
I think past you left a clue to recover your memory. Something Typhon couldn't decipher. Can you read any of it?
It's incomplete.
Hephaestus, you genius! It is missing a piece. Now, where did I put it? This isn't your signature, Hephaestus. It's the rest of the puzzle. Hammer, a forge's fire, the statue, and this box. Do you know what this is?
Of course, he did not know what it was, but in their possession was Pandora's box.
You dare to open this again? Chaining you to this rock was your justice for giving fire to mortals. Pandora's box was the mortals' justice.
So you forced your son Hephaestus to forge a box capable of unleashing every conceivable evil upon them? That's justice?
Hephaestus was happy to oblige. He knew what he was doing.
He did what he was ordered to do after you tortured him for his entire existence.
Don't you talk about my son!
Pandora acted with innocent curiosity by opening that box. You acted with vile contempt.
I gave them a warning, and look what happened! Mortals ravaged and defiled their world and each other. Clearly, the warning was not enough. It's finished now. They are stone. And Pandora's box was the beginning of the end.
We need a hammer.
Check.
Where did you... Never mind. I think past you is telling us we need to imbue that hammer with the power of the Forge's fire. Then break through here.
That is so mean.
If I'm reading this right, your essence is underneath. But that's not all. I told you what this is.
That would be a box.
No. Well, yes. But also, it used to contain every kind of suffering. Enough suffering to fill the world. And you suffered, Hephaestus. A lot. Cast from Mount Olympus. Rejected. Alone. No matter how generous you were, no matter how hard-working, every god rejected you. Just because you were different. This box is the final clue. I think Typhon stole your suffering, and that's why you lost your memories.
So, to get my memories, to get my talent back.
You mean feeling the pain that's been locked away.
Go.
Despite the extreme heat, Fenyx carried on undeterred, plunging the hammer of Hephaestus into the heart of the fire.
Prometheus, this is pushing it. No human could dream of holding that hammer.
Or holding your lightning. And yet, absorbing the power of the flames, the hammer came alive. And with it, Fenyx released the second of Hephaestus's blessings. With the hammer revived, and Hephaestus' suffering trapped below, all Fenyx had to do now was jump.
Hooray!
Fenyx felt a chill in the air of the vault that was more than cold.
Sorry, that's my new cologne. It's by Boreas, the North Wind.
I know, he's my cousin.
Oh, and he didn't even hook you up. Ice cold.
The air moves so strangely. I wonder if I could use that to help me get around. It looks like I can change the wind's direction. What the...
Just as you had packaged the torments of the world to so kindly give to humanity, Fenyx would trap Hephaestus' torments inside Pandora's box. His suffering, his tortured inspirations.
My kid's an artist. What can I say?
From that flame, the malice inflicted upon Hephaestus emerged.
Malice? What malice? Hephaestus had it easy.
Well, you threw him off Mount Olympus, his mother rejected him, the gods mocked him, no one invited him to dinner, or if they did, they'd change plans at the last minute.
I'm busy, Prometheus. It happens.
Strife, the darkest emotion that plagued Hephaestus, was trapped safely again in Pandora's box.
Strife? So his wife doesn't love him and he was forced into exile for years. That's not so bad. I'm married to Hera.
Despair emerged in the illuminated flame, and Fenyx was quick to return it to Pandora's box.
All the forges are lit. The air should be strong enough to carry me up now.
Look at Hephaestus. Someone like him, he should have just settled. He's the one who held Hera hostage, demanding Aphrodite's hand. I knew she would never touch him. She would be safe and unavailable. It was perfect, so I agreed. He brought despair on himself.
Its heft was heavy, as was Phoenix's worry. By retrieving these dark memories and returning them to Hephaestus, was he dooming him to misery? The question haunted him as he continued. Vengeance seethed, as did the rage that comes with it. You see, for every misdeed you put upon him, Hephaestus let his rage burn, channeling it into a force for good. His many creations.
Life was never going to be easy for the boy. I was trying to make him strong. I didn't realize how much I hurt him.
Malice, strife, despair, and vengeance merged, and together became Hephaestus's locked-away essence made whole.
Hephaestus, I'm back, and I have your essence. Hephaestus?
Fenyx hoped Hephaestus was at the Hall of the Gods.
Oh, little automaton man.
Yes, gigantic lady?
I say, this is all over. We commission you to restore the golden isle to its former glory. But with more paintings.
Another appreciator? Things are really coming up me lately.
Cheap, hideous art splayed across the once beautiful land. I shall call the project Get Rid of My Husband, or GROMH for short. I'm still working on the name. You have to come up with something short and snappy that people can chant.
You're here. When I came out of the vault, I thought something happened.
Something's always happening.
Something bad. How did you get here?
I might have helped. You made my winged helmet and sandals. I saved you and brought you here. So, you know, we're even.
He thinks we met before. Shh, just play along. Yes! Your sandals! I'm glad you like your sandals!
Oh, I tried. Did you find his essence?
You sure you're ready for this?
Nothing bad has ever happened ever. Why would it start now?
Lend me your sword, your spear, your arrow. Transform the darkness to light our way.
Welcome back, old friend.
You okay, big guy?
I remember everything.
Give it time. There's one thing I still don't understand. With no memory, how did you leave clues leading to Typhon's vault?
Not Typhon's. Mine. I suffered so long, I was so tired. Before Typhon came, I used Pandora's box many times to trap my inner torments in that vault. I had a system. I created the clues so I could find my way back. Typhon found me defenseless. I let that monster turn me into one of my automatons. I even enjoyed it.
Because automatons feel nothing at all. But your clues... You should have been able to retrieve your own essence.
Steropis and Brontes, my assistants, double-crossed me. They took the first clue, the one directing me to light the forge fires, and burned it.
No, there's nothing more evil than irony.
In doing so, they made sure my prison was permanent.
I know those names. Each is a legendary Cyclops. If I find them, I will make sure they pay for what they did.
Good. They stole armor I'd been forging. Consider it yours. And, speaking of payment, I at least owe you. You're going to need it for what we must do next. We're going to steal something.
Oh, yes!
To protect hope from the clumsiness and sorrow of mortals, Zeus hid its fragile form somewhere near my forge. There, behind the locked door, hope waits. We must release it.
If we're talking heist, I'm interested.
I hid the key in the northeast of the Forge Lands, in a shrine.
Let me guess, under the mat? The best place to hide something.
But even if I can steal the key and find the hidden chamber near the forge, how do we release hope?
Together. That box is now ready for its task. May the light of 1,000 forges guide your way.
We should make a plan to face Typhon head-on. Let us know when you're done attacking him from the shadows.
Okay, now that we're all here...
Let's do this!
We must be cautious in our approach against Typhon.
Cautious? We should sharpen our blades, storm his cave, and defile his manhood.
Oh, baby.
I'm right here.
I cannot handle your outbursts anymore. I'm pregnant with Ares' baby, and you can't stop us.
Wait until I tell my therapist about this. She'll have my back. Mark my words.
Of course she has your back. It's Echo. She just repeats what you're saying.
At least Echo listens to me.
You've got to be kidding me. What would Zeus think of this mess you made, Ares?
Mess I made?
You just have it out for Ares because he actually takes off his helmet once in a while.
That explains the brain damage.
Yes. Embrace your dark side, Athena. I can feel a poem coming on.
You're such a creep, Hephaestus.
Only I can talk to my husband like that, you bloodless harpy.
Oh, so you're defending the blacksmith now?
Enough! I'm here, Olympians, and I have a plan.
The Chiron!
What, little bro? Thought you'd lost me again? No chance. If I may, Hephaestus, pardon a mortal like me for butting in. You made a set of chains big enough to bind Typhon. They're up on Zeus's mountain. Am I right?
Yes, you are. But Typhon...
I can sneak up there without alerting Typhon and steal them.
Those chains will never hold him. He'll break free.
I just need a drop of blood from each of you, and I'll combine that with nectar from Olympus and coat the chains. Problem solved.
He's right. That would work.
Allow me. Simply extend your hands.
I didn't even feel him do it.
He's that good.
I can't thank you enough. I'll return when the deed's done.
What about me? I thought I was coming with you on the mountain.
It's gotten way worse out there. Do you know how responsible I'd feel if something happened to you?
I'll be fine. You said we'd do it together.
Let's not argue, little bro. Stay here. Gather weapons in case I fail. But I shall not fail.
That was your brother?
Yes.
That confident smile.
That assertiveness.
The way he already knew where my chains are stored.
I know.
I hate him.
He is the worst.
He is?
How did you ever live with that?
He's so annoying.
What a suck-up!
If I wanted to be talked down to, I'd visit our father.
Hey!
You're not just going to let him walk all over you like that.
Yes. He's going to fulfill the prophecy. Don't worry.
Where's that jealousy I saw at my fortress? You want this glory? Seize it!
You really think that prophecy isn't about you? Where's the stubborn Phoenix who made me listen?
What about your pride?
You come first.
Forget being nice. Avoiding conflict isn't worth it. The pain makes you stronger.
I know for a fact that prophecy is yours. You've already fulfilled most of it. What do you want?
To be a hero.
Then you know what you have to do.
Beat the Giron to the top of that mountain.
That's right!
And we're going to help you. I'll give you a big head start by summoning a storm to blast away the ice blocking the path up the mountain.
Since when can you do that?
Since Zeus let me borrow a storm to wreck the Greek fleet after the Trojan War. Favorite status comes in handy.
All I ever got was empty promises.
At least you didn't get thrown off a mountain.
You think that's bad? Zeus forced me to marry you!
None of you want to be his favorite, trust me. Zeus is only trying to make up for the fact that he murdered my mother.
They're all right. I'm a terrible father.
Finally! We have a winner!
In the next episode 6, which is the final one, we're going to go to King's Peak, which also includes the volcano at the center of the map. Like the video and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more of these videos. It really encourages me to continue, and I will see you in episode 6.